I've been arrested overseas. Hi, everybody. I'm Yvonne, your host of Wild Travels, and welcome back to another segment. And you already know what I'm going to say. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that little red subscribe button, and then the dinner bell will pop up, and that will let you know every time Wild Travels publishes a new video. So, well, I've not been arrested, but what we're going to talk about today is the number one way to avoid getting arrested overseas. Now, this may come as a shock, but according to the U.S. Department of State, more than about 2,500 Americans are arrested every year. About 30% of those arrests, believe it or not, involve drugs. So it shouldn't come as any surprise to any U.S. citizen or anywhere else that when you are in a foreign country, you are subject to the laws of that country. So you may not be afforded the same rights that you would be if you had an incident at your home country. So that's what we're kind of talk about today, about how to avoid some of that, because if you are caught violating a foreign law, and are not, clearly you're not going to be afforded the same benefit as if you were in your own country. You may be subject to an arrest, you may be subject to imprisonment and expulsion from that particular country. So as a U.S. citizen abroad, you're going to have to go through, if you are ever arrested, you will have to go through that country's legal system. And trust me, I'm going to tell you right up front, there's not going to be a lot that the U.S. government is going to be able to do if you find yourself that you have violated a law, a local law in a foreign country. There just is not going to be a lot that the U.S. government can do. But what I am going to tell you is a little bit about what they can do, okay? So first, they can insist on prompt access to you. They can also provide information on that country's legal system. They can provide a list of attorneys to you. They can contact your family and your friends. They can even protest your mistreatment, monitor your situation in jail, the conditions, provide you with dietary supplements. They can keep the Department of State informed on your situation. Well, you say, well, gee, that's not a lot. Well, it's not. But that's why I'm letting you know that you're going to want to, prior to going, there's a couple things that you can do. So you say, well, what can I do? Prior to leaving on your vacation, on your trip overseas, please check the facts about the country that you are visiting. Now, for U.S. citizens, it's the State Department's Bureau of Consular Affairs. I'll repeat that, the State Department's Bureau of Consular Affairs. Once you go into that site, you're going to select the country that you're going to be visiting. Now, from that list of countries, there's going to be an option, and it's going to be titled Criminal Penalties. You're going to want to click on that link. Once you click on that link, then a laundry list of penalties will come up along with the punishment, okay? So, and I'm, you just do that on your own time. I'm just trying to make you aware. In some places, believe it or not, it's illegal to take pictures of certain buildings. So, and driving under the influence can land you immediately in jail. Penalties, this is a big one, penalties for possessing, using, or selling illegal drugs are severe. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Penalties for selling, using, and possessing illegal drugs in a foreign country is severe. Vulgar language in some countries, certain hand gestures can result in criminal charges and fines. Public drunkenness, for instance, can result in being arrested, and a single alcoholic drink can result in you being arrested for driving drunk. So you please, again, just check up on the country that you're going to go visit so that you make sure that you don't fall into any of these categories that have a serious issue. Your U.S. passport, I can tell you right now, will not prevent you from arrest, detention, prosecution, imprisonment if you break any of these local laws. I'll just give you an example. It's listed that in Singapore, for instance, you can be fined for not flushing the toilet. That's something you need to know if you're going to go visit Singapore. So again, my point is just to stress to you, please study up on your destination. Any particular regulations, if there's a guidebook, there is a website. It's travel.state.gov for U.S. citizens, and you can go there and check up there. If you're facing serious jail time or worse, when speaking to the police, please be polite, be apologetic as you can without necessarily admitting wrongdoing. You just want to keep your composure and be polite. Worst case scenario, just tell everybody who will listen to you that you want to speak to the U.S. Embassy, a U.S. Embassy officer, and they can help you navigate the legal system, as well as hopefully find you a local attorney, and as well as send messages to your home. Again, the best way to handle this situation is know the laws, know the penalties prior to going so that you can avoid any of these situations and you can enjoy your vacation, and then you can go home to your family and friends. Thank you guys again for tuning in. We appreciate your time, and we will see you next time here on Wild Travels. Bye-bye, everybody.